Good evening, good evening. Welcome to another episode of the GO Podcast. Your host, Country Boy, here with Week 9 preview of the NFL slate of games coming up. Fantasy Football Friday. But before we do that, I'm going to give a Week 8 recap. And once again, shout out to my boy TJ for coming on, giving a lot of insight. We got a lot of great feedback. Came in here, dropped a lot of knowledge for y'all. We're going to try to do that again real soon. But unfortunately, we were opponents last week, and I definitely whooped up on them. Beat them by like 70 points. Yep. My team did good. Came through for me. Alvin Kamara had a game of his life. Came through. Ramondre Stevenson came through for me. St. Brown. And the Patriots defense. Just had a lot. My team real solid right now. We're doing really good right now. Just past the halfway part of the season. Doing really good. And then my other teams, I went 3-0. Undefeated across the board. So my teams are doing really good right now. So we're going to try to keep it going this week. So as always, we're going to toast to the pod. And here we go for Week 9. So this week we have a lot of teams on bye. We have Cleveland, Dallas, Denver, the Giants, the Steelers, and the 49ers. So this is where depth is going to be very, very important. Check out for injury reports. This week also we had the trade deadline. A lot of people were traded to different teams like Nyheim Hines, Chase Claypool, Chase Edmonds, and I'll discuss some of those as I go through the games, just the fantasy impact of all those moves. But nobody was really just major changes. I think Christian McCaffrey, which happened last week, I think that's going to be the biggest fantasy impact trade that we have. He also came through for me. Big game from McCaffrey. So, on Sunday, we have the Chargers at the Falcons. For the Chargers, it does not look like Keenan Allen or Mike Williams will be a go for this game. So, I would try to pick up Josh Palmer. If you were able to get him on waivers, that should be a good start for you. Also, DeAndre Carter might be a sneaky sleeper pick for you. And, of course, you're going to play Gerald Everett and Austin Eckler and Herbert. For the Falcons, Pitts finally had a big game. Unfortunately, I finally dropped him this week, and I do not care to pick him back up. Whoever has him, you all can deal with that headache. I'm not going to deal with it anymore. But for the Falcons, I guess you could play Pitts. And that's the only person I'm really trusting right now on that offense. We have the Dolphins at the Bears. For the Dolphins, of course, Tua is back. Tua is doing his thing back like early in the season. Starting him with confidence. Tyreek and Waddle continue to dominate. Then for the Bears, they're finally letting Justin Fields do what he does the best, which is run the ball. So he has some great streamer potential for you, especially this week. We have a lot of QBs out because of bye, so Justin Fields wouldn't be a bad start for you this week. And I believe you can start Montgomery and Herbert, but I'm leaning more towards Herbert. I think between now and towards the end of the season, he's going to get more and more touches, more and more snaps each game. So I will pick up Herbert for definitely late in the season. He could be somebody great for you. Then we have the Panthers at the Bengals. For the Panthers, DJ Moore is finally showing up with PJ Walker at QB. It's been great for DJ Moore. You can play him now. Give you a wide receiver value that you got from the draft. Then for the Bengals, you're going to continue to play Burrow, even though they struggled last week. Continue to play Burrow. Continue to play Mixon, Tyler Boyd. Play all of them until Chase gets back. And also you can play T. Higgins, of course. For the Packers, this offense, they're struggling. You can start Aaron Jones with confidence. That's about it. I'll keep up with the injury report for Lazard, see if he plays with the shoulder injury. But if he doesn't play, Romeo Doubs may be a good pickup for you. And for Detroit, Detroit actually plays very well at home, so I would start Goff. If you need a streamer for this week, I would play Goff. Don't know if DeAndre Swift will play. If he doesn't, Jamal Williams will be a great play for you this week. And, of course, you'll play Amon-Ra St. Brown still. Then we have the Colts at the Patriots. For the Colts, I don't trust anybody on offense. I don't trust JT. I don't trust Pittman. Ellinger, he has some rushing potential from the QB, but I don't trust anybody from the offense right now. And for the Patriots, continue to start Stevenson with confidence. And also, Jacoby Myers, he's really solidified himself as a wide receiver one. I will start him with confidence as well. Then we have the Bills at the Jets. For the Bills, you're going to start the whole offense, of course. They have the new weapon, Nyheim Hines. Not sure he'll get much work in this game, so you could continue to play Singletary. play him with confidence. I don't think this will be a Gabe Davis game. I would sit him one more week. I think they have the Vikings next week. I think that would be a better week to play Gabe Davis, but you can still play Allen Diggs, of course. And then for the Jets, I'm not going to play anybody with confidence. Michael Carter, James Robinson, we still have to figure out that backfield. Who's going to do what? Who's going to be the workhorse? Third down, goal line. We're still figuring all that out. So until they figure that out, I'm not trusting anybody on the offense. Then for the minutes, we have the Vikings at the Commanders. For the Vikings, start the whole offense with confidence. I really feel like Kirk Cousins is coming through now, getting the playbook, getting the plays, really start showing that value, late round value when I drafted him that I would get. For the Commanders, they're actually starting to play Antonio Gibson and getting him a lot of touches as a receiver, which he was supposed to do out of college. They're finally using him the right way. So I'm starting to like Antonio Gibson. And McLaurin. You can use McLaurin as well. Then we have the Raiders at the Jaguars. The Raiders, after the goose egg they laid last week, I don't know if you can really trust anybody. Can you trust David Carr? Jacobs was going off before last week. Devontae Adams, I guess you still have to start those two with confidence. But those are the only ones from that offense. And then we have the Jaguars. I believe this will be a bounce back game for Trevor Lawrence. ETN is the workhorse. He's getting all the running back touches out the backfield, so you love that from fantasy potential. Continue to start him with confidence. And also, this should be a bounce back game for Christian Kirk as well. Hopefully he can keep it going. And Evan Ingram has been a sleeper tight end so far this season. He's building a great rapport with Lawrence. Then we have the Seahawks at the Cardinals. The Seahawks continue to start their offense with confidence. That's everybody from Geno to Lockett, Metcalf. Start the whole offense. Then the Cardinals, you have to start Murray. D Hop came in, really dominated those wide receiver one touches. And you can also play Rondale Moore. That backfield, if James Conner is a go, play him. If not, continue to play Eno Benjamin. Then we have the Rams at the Bucks. Hopefully Cooper Kupp will be good this week. I think he was in late for no reason at the game last week. Hopefully his ankle will let him play this week. He's the only one from the offense you can trust to play. If Cooper Kupp doesn't play, I don't even want to touch Allen Robinson or Tyler Higbee. I just don't trust his offense right now. And for the Bucks, hopefully this will be a bounce back game for Brady and Godwin and Evans. Their whole team just seems to be off right now. Hopefully this will be a bounce back game for them. You can start playing their fantasy players with confidence. And shout out to Julio for getting in his own last week. Then we have the Titans at the Chiefs. For the Titans, Derrick Henry has been doing his thing lately. Really the workhorse back, getting all the work. If Malik Willis starts, I will stay away from him. Just till he gets the feel of it, I really feel like Kansas City, if you need a streaming defense and Malik Willis is the QB, I think Kansas City would be the defense you want to go for this week. And for the Chiefs, of course, you're going to start the whole offense. Will Kadarius Toney make his debut? We don't know. We'll see if he does. I feel like he can have great potential in this offense. And the running back rookie, Isaiah Pacheco, he got to start. He's going to get more touches from here to the end of the season. So pick him up. He can be a great running back for you from now to the rest of the season. And, of course, you're going to start Kelsey. Then we have the Monday night game with the Ravens at the Saints. For the Ravens, a lot of injuries. If Andrews or Gus Edwards isn't a go, I really like Isaiah Likely and I like Kenyon Drake this week. Of course, you're going to start Lamar. For the Saints, I will continue to start tomorrow. Hopefully, he'll have another game like he did last week. I actually like Andy Dalton playing instead of Jameis. I feel like he throws the ball more to the running back. And I also like Taysom Hill and Chris Olave. So that's my rundown for week 9. Once again, follow me on IG, Geo Podcast. I'll post starting sit questions all weekend. Thank you for listening to Geo Podcast, your host. Y'all have a good night.